We are now going to transition to a standalone expert session on one of the most dynamic segments in the global tech space, early stage AI. Please welcome Kevin Jackson, who is the chairman at AI Forge. He is going to walk us through the current investor lens on early stage AI companies, including those very real challenges of diligence, risk assessment, and commercialization. Please welcome him to the stage.
I'm not evil, but I do believe in global domination. I do believe in global domination of AI. And I think I'll unpack that as we move through, but I think I'm a bit like this guy. Has anyone seen that film, Benjamin Button? No? Yes? Yes? No? No? He's born at 87 and he gets younger as he gets older, and he dies as a baby. So this is me in the 80s. Good look. And I had hair then as well. This is me in the 90s. I don't know what I was doing. I think I was a doctor. And this is me in the 2000s. So I think I'm getting better as I get older. But I put those images up not just to give you something to smile at, but to talk about perspective. Because what we're looking at with AI needs a bit of perspective. So just a quick run through me. I've worked for the biggest brands and the biggest agencies across the world. I've launched businesses and brands in 48 different geographies. So I've seen stuff. I've worked for the biggest brands in the world and launched products for the biggest brands in the world in complicated and outlying geographies, including IBM. But if we go back to 1995 and the sort of birth of the internet, we're at that inflection point right now. If you knew what you knew then and now, what would you have invested in? And all of those mega companies were at the birth of the internet. And we're going through that right now because this is a perfect storm for AI. Here we go. Because we're more aware than we ever have been. We've got so much access to information. We can understand what's going on, what's moving forward. We understand the sniff test. Does it look right? Does it feel right? Does it smell right? And AI is one of those things. It smells right. And we're more determined to be successful than we ever have before in human history. We know what it takes to drive businesses forward. We know what it takes to be successful. And if you believe the people at McKinsey, 75% of the companies on those platforms will be replaced by 2030 by AI companies. AI native companies. Not wraps, but AI native companies. You know, I'm a cheerleader for AI, but I'm also a cheerleader for AI Forge, which is the company I founded 2.5 years ago. But if you look at what's gone in the UK in the last few years, there's been 21 AI unicorns. And as it says there, there's going to be 53, what we're now calling soonicorns, soon to be unicorns. There's a massive acceleration in success of AI. And it's not just us that's saying that. All the people you know and respect are all saying that AI will be 10 times larger than the internet. 10x the internet. And for me, it's not really like that. I don't really talk about the internet that much because for me, it's even bigger than that. AI is electricity. Sometimes you're going to see it in a light bulb, and sometimes you're not going to see it in a plug. But it's going to be in every business at every level. No business will be immune from AI. And if you're not involving AI in your business, you will fail. If AI isn't part of your investment portfolio, it won't go well. And from an investment perspective, you don't even need to believe me. These are the guys that are making the big bets in AI. If it's good enough for them, ... Okay. So why should you be looking at AI? Why should you be investing in AI? It's moving very quickly. The speed of adoption is faster than anything else we've seen to date. It's optimizing existing businesses. It's making it cheaper to do business. It's making it faster to do business. So existing businesses building in AI are better and more profitable. It's universally accepted. Everyone understands what's going on. Everyone understands what's going on, from 10-year-old kids to 80-year-old grandparents. And I think it's been mentioned before, corporate entities have huge data sets. And as you all know, AI relies on huge data sets. So consuming those data sets, bringing them into the AI and creating different models is absolutely right for corporate clients. And AI is building both professionally and personally. With the advent of ChatGPT and Claude, everyone understands what's going on. Kids are using it to create their homework. University students are writing their thesis with it. So it's moving both professionally and socially. And this is the point I like to make every single time I do this presentation. It's making us more human, not less human. I know everyone thinks it's making us less human, but it's making us more human because it gives us the time to do the human thing. It's taking the drudgery out of our life. It's taking the repetition out of our corporate life and allow us to do the thing that we do best, which is social. We are social beings. We love to belong to communities. It helps us build communities. It helps us monetize those communities. AI Forge, just to give you an idea of what we do for a living, we run 3 cohorts a year, and it's a 12-week sprint for each cohort. We take them from nascent idea to funding in 12 weeks. Go-to-market strategy, product market fit, sustainability, ethics, governance, investor relations. We help build their investor deck, their pitch deck. It's exclusively for AI startups. We don't do anything else. We're the only incubator that does that. We start with about 500 applications for every cohort. 500 for every cohort. That means we're seeing 1,500 applications a year. And we use our own AI agent to sort that. And we take that down to 170 and we interview that 170. And then, about 40 start the program. And by the time we get to the end, there's 17 left. We capture 6% of their equity, and we're at 71% funding. So from a pre-seed, so we get them 12 weeks before their pre-seed round. So we're spotting talent a long way out. And to get to a 71% funding rate is absolutely enormous. So we've had 41 companies through the incubator in 2.5 years. These are the sort of end of the first year, the 28. And they're in 21 different verticals. They're in 21. There's cancer delivery, there's marketing, there's transport and logistics. There's even their number 3 on the top row, Halo. I bet you've never heard of Faith Tech. It's about building congregations for the departing faithful. They've just received $1 million check from America to help build and expand their platform. These companies have all been funded. And the difference with us is we're built differently. We're all exited founders. Everybody in the company is an exited founder. So we've walked the path that these guys are on. We are not afraid to be horrible because business is tough. And actually, if you're a startup founder, you're a bit deluded anyway. You've looked at something that people have looked at for the last 5, 10, 20 years, and you've seen something different. You're already deluded. And to think that you can build and finance that thing makes you even more deluded, because it's wave after wave of problems. So we call the baby ugly, and we try and kill their business throughout the 12 weeks. And if they can't take it, they leave. There's 109 activities in our program, masterclasses, events, boot camps, and we are obsessed with them marking us after every event. We have 109 feedback forms, and we score 9 out of 10, which is remarkable considering how badly we treat them. But then we get 71% of them funded at the end of it. So just to place us in context and give you an idea what incubators and accelerators are worth these days. So if you take the granddaddy, which is Y Combinator, it's been around for a long while. We all know them. Dropbox, Uber, they're long ago. Techstars, and the newest kid on the block is Antler, which is 8 years old. We're 2 years old. So Antler is now worth 980 million as an incubator, and investors in that have made lots of money, as they have in Y Combinator. So with an average of 18 startups, they sell within 10 years. They exit within 10 years. So it's a highly lucrative business. Investing in an accelerator or an incubator is a very lucrative business, because not only is it's diversified investment, because you're investing in a portfolio. You know, we're generating 36 companies a year. We're soon to open in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia in September, and in next January we'll open in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. Because there's a land grab going on for AI startups, and you need to have a big footprint, which we're doing now. So as I said, you know, the investment in AI companies is de-risked. It's more capital efficient because you get more bang for your buck, because you're coming in at an earlier stage. So you're able to 1, 2, 3x your equity investment. It's diversified across a portfolio, so all your eggs aren't in one basket. It's faster to revenues. You know, we've seen one of our companies go from, so fewer funding rounds. So that old pre-seed, seed, Series A, Series B, Series C, IPO has gone. People are jumping rounds. They're going from nowhere to seed at 5 million, or they're going from pre-seed to Series A. So there's fewer funding rounds, which means less dilution for any investment. They're quicker to market. They're quicker for trade sales. We're seeing exits in trailed sales or trade acquisitions in 3.5, 4 years. Because what's happening with corporate clients is they're looking at the market, wondering whether to jump in or not. And unless you're in the AI bubble, you don't, if you're a farming, engineering, manufacturing company, you don't know whether to jump into AI. This is a way of keeping a watching brief on startups in your sector and then coming in to acquire them when they've perfected their MVP. As I said, we'll be in Riyadh in September and Malaysia in January, and then probably back to North America, either Toronto or Austin. So if you want to talk further, I'm out of time already. If you want to talk further, I'd be very happy to talk. Just capture the QR code on the screen. Thank you very much.